over some of my thoughts about the Cowboys rookies, and now it's time for those guys to merge and be with the veterans. Now, we do know that when you playing football with the rookies, there's always this area where you can say to yourself, yeah, you shining, you looking good. And first impression goes a long way. Nevertheless, I got my top 10 list here of guys who pretty much stood out, gave their impact for the team in a good way. And first and foremost, the guy that really surprised a lot of people was Story Jackson. They said that pretty much they like his fluidness and his ability to play that special teams. He's number 47, Cowboy Nation, so pay close attention to Story Jackson. We do need help at linebacker, right? And every now and then, every 5 to 10 years, there's always a linebacker that flies under the radar that makes plays when everyone else is not aware of. And pay close attention to Story Jackson. Let's see how he performs when it's time to be integrated with the veteran guys out there. We know a lot of people still high on Luke Gifford, right? And the clip that I showed you guys earlier with LVE. Of course, this is a proven year for LVE, right? So LVE got to step it up. If not, a guy by the name of Story Jackson or whoever on this team, Devin Harper, that's a lot of guys, but they really like Story Jackson so far. And he got nothing else to show up, right? He got nothing else but to show up, right? Shout out to you guys for watching and tuning in. So they love his quickness and his shows out there. So let's see what it's going to look like when Story Jackson is with the rest of the guys. And I got here the number 2 guy was Sam Williams out of these few days with rookie camp or what have you, mini camp. And not to, we'll knock on some wood, and everybody else should knock on some wood too. But one thing that showed out with even Sam Williams, his speed, his quickness, and they relate that to exactly what Parsons was looking like. And I'm not saying, Law Nation is not saying that the Cowboys done struck lightning and caught it twice, right? No, I'm not saying that, but according to the information that's ruling the nation, that Sam Williams, he is a guy, according to the guys, man, that looks like is Parsons 2.0. That's their words, right? So, but I'm just saying, don't shank me with the butter knife, right? But 4.4 speed is 4.4 speed. You can't run that by accident. Like, hey man, I'm Shaquille O'Neal and I ran a 4.4, right? By accident. That just don't happen. Shout out to you, Andy. That just don't happen. But they do see his quickness out there on the field, right? And now this week the veterans will be in the house, right? So you can do that, like I said, against other rookies. Now it's time to do it against some of the vets, right? And we talking about shells. We're not in pads right now. We're not in pads. The third person on this list, and pay attention, Jalen Tolbert. Jalen Tolbert, the athleticism is available. They love the way he creates and run inside of his routes, even in the drills. The speed drill, the ladder drill. You guys saw a little snippet of a clip like that we put out. And shout out to Jalen Tolbert. Keep my ladder clean, baby. Don't mess up my ladder, right? And what we're looking for out of that is basically a fluid route runner, right? Somebody that can high point the ball, find the soft spots in the zone, and on top of that, can his athleticism of what he did at South Alabama. Shout out to you, David. Can what he did at South Alabama shows up against the Buccaneers, against the Cincinnati, against the Rams, right? That's what we're looking for. But we got a long way to go because somebody else on this list that a lot of people would never think of. A Mississippi boy, close to Moss Point, Mississippi. Y'all know what I'm talking about, from Lucedale, Mississippi. Fryfogle. Shout out to him. They said, you know what? His athleticism, his quickness, his in cuts. Hey, he worked up some of those boys in rookie camp. He was able to get there. So they like Ty Fryfogle. So shout out to everybody who reached out to me like 3 or 4 weeks ago and said, Law, you gotta check out this kid. Law, you gotta check out this kid. And shout out to him, Ben, Mississippi. And one thing I'm gonna tell y'all about Mississippi boys. You know, y'all was talking about those island boys. They ain't got nothing on the Mississippi boys. Oh yeah. It's time to put that work in. That's right, Jay Lombardi. I appreciate you. Mississippi boys, we're gonna put in some work. So check out Ty Fryfogle. You know, he's gonna be a guy. He got good size. Him and Jalen Tolbert looking like they the same size out there. So pay attention to Ty. He's wearing number 14. Cole, yeah. Cole know about that Mississippi. You know about Moss Point. It seems like everybody coming out of that area, Moss Point, Mississippi, they fast, boy. They may not run a 4.4, they might 4.3, but they fast and they quick. So shout out to him. And then they really like his athleticism. All right, I'm gonna put the gas down. I ain't gonna gas up the man no more, right? I know you guys looking like Law's gassing this dude up all the way. He bet not drop a ball. Oh my God, he could be the next. Shout out to you, Madman. He could be the next Cedric Wilson, yeah, Miles Point, Meridian, all of those before. There used to be a guy, man. Quick story. There used to be a guy by the name of Greg Carter. You know, I'm from Natchez, Mississippi, but his people was from Meridian, Moss Point area, right? And he transferred from there to Natchez. And Greg Carter, boy, he was the world's fastest guy, the Mississippi boy. He could run. Didn't even work out, didn't even practice. He just get up and say, hey, I'm finna go running. And he was fast. And shout out to Greg Carter. Olympic type of speed out of Mississippi. All right, so the next person on this list is Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson, tight end. They like his temperaments. They like his skill set. They like the ability. The ability. They like the notion that they're going to get back to 12 personnel, 2 tight end set, and you can present power and still be finesse out of that. So I think that the Cowboys, you guys heard storylines of Ezekiel Elliott running 22 miles per hour. That's good. That's flat out good. Hearsay right about now, but flat out good. Now, you got 12 personnel, you getting back to power. So if you think Jake Ferguson, and then I look down this list, Tyler Smith, they both present a mindset situation, a mindset temperaments. And when you go out there in this draft and your first pick is Tyler Smith, right? And I'm not saying that Jake is like um, the world's greatest blocker. I'm not saying that, Cowboy Nation. And my guy Madman says, please don't sleep on Peyton Hendershot as the tight end number 3. Well, those boys, Peyton Hendershot, what's my guy, Jeremy Sprinkle, and all of those boys, they got a long battle to. Jeremy Sprinkle, who's a veteran, he got an uphill battle because he got to beat out these new guys. It's Sean McKeon. So I do like the ideology that this offensive attack, as far as tight end, they got to fight for. And one person that's sitting on the tallest of the tallest point of the mountain is Dalton Schultz. He got $11 million, right? Regardless of whether or not he played this year or not. That money is guaranteed. Let that sink in. You can't touch it, you can't move it. Now, he can spread it out. But if you Blake Jarwin, or Jake, oh, God dog it. If you Dalton Schultz, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Blake Jarwin. If you Dalton Schultz, you could just chill. But we will know everything about this tight end community when it comes down and it boils down to a training camp. Now the veterans are going to be integrated with these rookies. So we'll find out whether or not Peyton Hendershot says, shoot, if he got, look, these boys, Jake Ferguson and Peyton Hendershot should be looking at Dalton Schultz saying, dog, if he got 11 mil, I think that I could be better than him, right? That could be me in 4 or 5 years. So that competition should be strong just off of that alone. Because I don't see, in tape wise, that Dalton Schultz is that far apart from Peyton Hendershot and, excuse me, Jake Ferguson. I could be 1,000,000% wrong. And there's no hate. I like the aspect. I already told you guys I was wrong on Dalton Schultz 2 years ago, right? But neither here nor there. Next person on this list is number 6 guy is Marquise Bell. They said they like his height, his size, his ability to play on the roof as that free, and his ability to come down inside to play in as that box safety or that big nickel. Those are good praises. So you mean to tell me you can play this man everywhere on the field? Shoo. He can play both safety roles and nickel. So that's good. So now we need to see whether or not, all right, those are lip praises from the Cowboys staff, right? Lip praises. Let's see if he can do it now when the veterans are in the house, right? And I will be paying close attention to number 41, I believe. Y'all check out his numbers, number 41. Number 41, pay close attention when we get out there to auction or in training camp, right? Yeah, so he's number 6 on this list. That's excellent, man. Think about it. Yeah, I mean, this dude can play everywhere, and they felt strongly to give him a big contract as it relates to undrafted money, guarantees, right? That dude got guaranteed money. So take a look at Marquise Bell, and here's the thing. Hear me out. When you got a guy like Marquise Bell playing out there, you will not see all of his attributes. Why? Because he can't hit nobody right now. That's a piece of his weapon. I mean, he can lay out probably Jalen Tolbert coming across the middle. Then they say, hey, Marquise, what's wrong with you, man? You must be out your rabbit mind, you know? But we would find out. We have to wait probably until I think we have a joint practice this year against the Chargers or the Raiders. It's one of those teams that we're going to have a joint practice with. You guys let me know. And I can't wait. I'll be looking at this list. I can't wait, baby. I can't wait to see Bell come down and feel somebody. Who we have a joint practice with? Y'all let me know. Shout out to you, Jay Lombardi. Shout out to you, Sadiqua. Yeah. Chargers. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be good. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Oh, that's good. Joint practice with Chargers. Because both sides, right? They're a young defensive team. They got some weapons. They got Samuels on the one end. They got my guy, J.C. Jackson on the other. Ooh. So Jalen Tolbert, he's going to have to show up. And then let's not forget about they got Keenan Allen out there. So, hey, we get a good chance and an opportunity to see Diggs versus Keenan Allen again. And Diggs can remind Keenan Allen, like, hey, you remember what I did to you in that regular season game, right? When it counted. and I believe, oh, this is the perfect recipe. Perfect recipe. Sam Williams versus Slater. Ooh, man, you getting me ready to play some football, man. Don't have me put my helmet on, right? All right, so that's gonna be and the craziest thing of it all, the Chargers will be our dress rehearsal game. Look at the preseason schedule. Look at the preseason schedule. So it's good that we're maxing up and wrapping it up with the Chargers. I just don't want this to happen like it happened last year, The team we had to join practice with, we got a chance to watch them in the Super Bowl. No, 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 no. Maybe it'd be the reverse effect, right? The team we have a joint practice with, the Chargers get to watch us in the Super Bowl, right? I'm just joking. I'm not saying we going to the Super Bowl, by the way. My expectations is just to take it one day at a time, right? But that would be nice if that happened. Just know that you heard it first from here. But the seventh person on this list is Jonathan Garibay. He's the seventh person on this list. They said that they really high praises of him, and he was an accurate kicker in his college years, and he hit a 62-yarder, right, to seal off one game. So if you think of Jonathan Garibay, that's a good situation for us. Mm. And just to segue, I see a lot of people talking about Kelvin Joseph and all of everything. The guy's innocent, according to it. Look, one thing I'm gonna tell you guys about the political state of Texas. They do not want to reopen up cases that's closed, right? And the thing is, with the family members or what have you, if they want to press extra things, they have to take it civil, right? At this point, and say, well, we can go for a civil lawsuit, but right now, the DA for the state of Texas, they're not looking to reopen up anything. They would still ask around, but y'all know how that money open up. It'll be hard pressed to suspend one guy, right? The NFL to rain down on Kelvin Joseph, and you have somebody by the name of Deshaun Watson, who had 22 open cases on him for other nefarious charges, right? And I'm not finna get into details. I'm not finna be law nation over here, right? And on top of that, the Jerry Judy situation, right? That brother was arrested. Do you guys want me to go into details about the Jerry Judy situation? Now, we do know that we are talking about a loss of life, but the problem is, and here I'm gonna touch on this one time. There's not multiple gunshots on him, on the person that passed away, and may he rest in peace. There's only one bullet that hit him, and there's only one gun. One bullet, one gun. And the person already admitted to pulling the trigger. So it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to convince a jury that of people to say, yeah, he was well aware of the situation, and he covered up that particular crime. When all the lawyer have to do is present reasonable doubt, right? My client was, yeah, I put my client at in the vehicle of said crime. My client was in the vehicle, but he wasn't aware that the kid was passed away. They got into it. He was inebriated. Somebody else shot the shot, and they already admitted to the crime. What else you want? My client, but it was all over the news. It was all over the news the next following day. My client don't watch the news. Kevin Joseph, are you willing to testify that you don't watch the news? Are you putting your hand on the Bible saying that you don't watch the news? Kevin Joseph said, I don't even, what channel the news come on? I don't watch news. I'm only on Instagram. Case dismissed. Put him at the scene, but he don't even have he didn't shoot. So you guys got to understand, that's how the legal procedure. Is it crass? Yes. Is it crass that Ray Lewis was at the scene, right? And I think it was like 20, 30 years ago, 40, 30 years, 20 years ago, right? He was at the scene 25 years ago at the scene. He was there. How many times, how long did Ray Lewis spend his time in jail? All right, so let's go ahead and move on. Number 8, Damone Clark on this list because of his mental reps, his ability to digest all of the plays that's going on, right? Look, my guy's motive says Zeke was innocent, but didn't stop the league from dragging him through the mud. Yup. Yeah. But see, the only thing is with Ezekiel Elliott, they had a point to they try to make their point to prove it for the Ray not Ray Lewis, but the Ray Rice situation. And he was the first case after the Ray Rice situation. Him and what's his name? The guy that threw the girl on a bed of guns. She mysteriously disappeared after the fact that she got paid too, by the way. And Kareem Hunt, yup. I think those situations and scenarios, bad taste in the NFL. Just bad situations, regardless of how you look at it. But the Dallas Cowboys, I can talk to you guys about for hours about how Roger Goodell's of the world and sullied and denigrated Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, Greg Hardy. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Oh, and Big Ben Roethlisberger. Oh, I can go on for days, but I'm not finna steer this channel to that conversation. I'm not finna steer this channel to that conversation. So let's move on. I'm gonna be PC law for right now because Big Ben Roethlisberger situation and scenario was crazy. All right, so the mental reps and everything. The surprise guy on this list, Cowboy Nation, Isaac Taylor-Stewart. Write that down. Isaac Taylor-Stewart. They said he stuck with the rookies. Jalen Tolbert, he was sticky on him. And they said that also with Fryfogle, Isaac Taylor-Stewart. He was the guy, the undrafted guy from USC. Go look at my assessment on him. I feel that his speed is everything. He's a long guy and he's sticky. Now, as far as the program that he went to, USC, that, like I said, that he wasn't known. They're not known for having DBs, what have you. And of course, that's the same program that generated Troy Polamalu and of course Ronnie Lott. But I would tell you guys, if Dan Quinn can do his magic, and not just him, right? Right? Joe Witt Jr., you got to give praises to Joe Witt Jr., Al Harris, and all of those guys out there. If he's able to take that kid and elevate him and compete for a role on this team, and I'm not saying that he's granted the position because that's shining against the other rookies. Now you finna go up against the vets. If he can keep that momentum, that first impression, remember that first impressions goes a long way. It do. If you think I'm lying, Cowboy Nation, pay attention to my guy. He's a safety. Had a great campaign with the previous administration. His name is Donovan Wilson, who wears number 6, who had a bad impression with this staff, Joe Witt Jr. and Dan Quinn's staff. He had a bad impression. And he was nicked up and everything, showed up late for practice, had a lot of things that he had to earn his, spot back on his team. And let me know how his last season came out last year. We rarely talk about Donovan Wilson. So your impressions means everything. So these guys got to be early for the meeting. And I'm not saying that Donovan Wilson is a nut case, a head job, or what have you, and won't make any moves or big plays for the Cowboys. But that impressions goes a long way, Cowboy Nation. It absolutely do. And hopefully for the 2022 season, he'll be ready and get back into the folds, be there on time. Look, meet me there, don't beat me there. Beat me there, don't meet me there. Yeah, that's the way to say it. Beat me there, don't meet me there. Be there early, and this is what these young guys need to do. Shout out to you, William Burnett. Appreciate you, famo. How many linebackers you have us to go get? We'll find out We'll find out. I think five will be the sweet number of linebackers. Number five, right? I think five. I think the Cowboys go with five linebackers, and this is way too early roster prediction for me. I think that they go with six wide receivers. Good morning to you, Ortiz. So it's my little list, a little scratchy list right here of all of the guys that we can't wait to see again. But Story Jackson, I'm gonna go over the list again. And Story Jackson, Sam Williams, Jalen Tolbert, Ty Fryfogle, Jake Ferguson, Marquise Bell, Jonathan Garibay, Damone Clark, Isaac Taylor-Stewart, and of course Tyler Smith. Those guys right there, all right, made some good impressions for the first 2 days. So we will find out in no particular order, by the way, Cowboy Nation. We'll find out if there can be more names out there presented to us now that the veterans are around the table. Yeah, Barr will be a huge upgrade from LVE. This is from William Burney. My thing is to LVEs. Turn up my place over here. Let me see. To LVE's spot. Barr and LVE play two different positions, if I can say it in those terms. But I don't know about you guys, but when the last time we had a linebacker to catch three interceptions? Anthony Barr last year had three interceptions. So that would be a good situation and scenario for the Cowboys. If you can just bring them in, and according to Clarence Hill, um, the Cowboys would be interested in Anthony Barr. Yep. Far as Jadeveon Clowney, I think the Cowboys. I see somebody mention Jadeveon. I think Bruce Carter was the last guy. Okay, appreciate you. Bruce Carter caught three interceptions. Probably could in one season. Yeah. The Jadeveon Clowney. Before the Cowboys pulled the trigger on Jadeveon Clowney, they have to see what they got out of Fowler, and they have to see what D. Williams or Sam D. Williams going to do. And let's not sleep on Golston. One thing I want you guys to put down is last year, Chauncey Golston didn't participate after Ricky's training camp. You guys remember? So all of OTAs, all of preseason, we didn't get a chance to see Chauncey. But all Chauncey did during the regular season, when his number was called and his name was listed as a starter, gave you 2 sacks last year. So that's good. And with his limited snaps. So I'm quite sure that there's still a learning curve for him. And I'm quite sure that this coaching staff will get him right. So far as the Cowboys packages and things like that, it's about to get nasty. I can literally see the Cowboys pass rush package when it's super fast. Osa as the one. It's just a pass rush on third down. Osa as the one. Sliding, or Navier Gallimore as the one. Sliding. D-Law in as the three tech. And you're rushing Parsons off one edge, and you got D. Williams on the other. That's a fast dog. That's a fast package. That's super fast. That's you only rushing four. Can you just think that out? It's third down, you rushing four, and those boys can scope, or you can change up any of those guys, right? You can keep Parsons as the linebacker, as the Mike. You don't have to put him on the edge per se. Keep him in the middle and send him through the A gap. Still slide Law inside and you can still have on the edge your guys rushing off the edge. Shh. That's crazy. Um, Ridgeway and Bohana. Yeah, Ridgeway and Big Bo. I like to see those boys out there, maybe on first and second downs, but third down, I want. If you're allowed to audible and sub in, shoot, them boys fast. Even if you throw in Dorrance Armstrong, that package going to be crazy. That blitz package, somebody going to get home on third down. So the Cowboys defense is going to be crazy. Ridgeway and Gallimore are the dudes. Dudley boys, yeah. Go get them table. Yeah, appreciate you, Jay Lombardi. It's about to go crazy, Cowboy Nation. I really appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like, share this content, and let's continue to grind and shine. But those are the lists, and I can't wait for today. And there'll be some more information out. I'm gonna give you guys, before I roll up out of here, my dark horses. Story Jackson, Marquise Bell, and I'm really high on, and these are just guys that I really want to see make it, right? Aaron Hansford. I know that his name is not on this list, but I think, and I have a good feeling, that there could be a spot for him as Mr. Nasty Time if he show up in these next following weeks. So out there in Oxnard, I'll be looking for Aaron. So Bell and Jackson's for you, Jay Will. Appreciate you. So you guys list the guys that you have as your dark horses. Let me give you one other guy on this offense. Let me give you one guy on. I gave you two guys on defense, right? I gave you three guys on defense. I'm so biased. Lost so biased with it, right? Let me give you an offensive guy. My other offensive guy would be Ty Fryfogle. And that's one. Who else I'm going to give for a guy that I really... Dontario. That's too many offensive guys to me. One of those guys not going to make it. Both of those guys might not have a chance, though. Offensive guy. Who would be my other offensive guy? I like Ty. Let me do... I'm going to go with... Jonathan Garibay. I'm rooting for you, Jonathan. That's gonna be my other guy that I really want to see shine this year. Jonathan Garibay, the kicker. That's my other guy. So don't try to tell me, man. You all right, so I'm gonna read y'all. I'm gonna give you guys 3 more minutes. I'm gonna read who you guys have as your dark horse. So TJ, my guy Jay will have TJ Vasher and Davis. Okay, Ortiz has Davis too. Yeah, the kicker, facts, right? Oh my God, the kicker, man. I'm rooting for the kicker. Oh my gosh, man. All right, imagine the hype if we start 2-0, man. I just want us to fly under the radar as long as we can, and I know the Cowboys, we won't be able to do that. Clark is your hype guy. I mean, is your dark horse. Shout out to TJ Lombardi. Yeah. So okay. Yeah, Taylor. Yeah, Garibay. One time for the Mavs, man. That Luka Doncic, man. That dude, God dog, man. Luka is killing it. Devin Harper. Yeah, shout out to you, Brandon. Shout out to the Mavs, man. Can't stand y'all Mavs. Even though I'm in Texas now, I can't stand y'all Mavs. But shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to the Mavs. Shout out to Luka. Shout out to him. That Joker boy. Cha. Oh my goodness, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. Big Sarge, man. He said Story Jackson, Ty Fryfogle, and as well as Bell. Okay. Yeah, appreciate y'all. One love, baby.